Hello and welcome to At&t Videos. Today, we're reviewing Android's newest version of their operating system, Jellybean 4.2. Jellybean 4.2 is an improved version of Google's Jellybean 4.1. It adds new programs, improves the old ones, and includes a ton of new features. Let's get started. Jellybean 4.2 keeps the basic navigation of 4.1, but it makes quite a few changes to the details of it. For example, in Jellybean 4.1, by swiping down from the top of the screen, anywhere on the top of the screen would bring you a quick access to your basic settings, which covered the entire page. This was getting old after a while, so in Jellybean 4.2, you only have to swipe down on the right side, and it will bring you a quick access to your basic settings, which is smaller and easier to use. Now, if you swipe down on the left side of the screen, like in iOS, you have quick access to your notifications, which can become quite extensive. You can easily clear your notifications by swiping to the right or the left, or you can clear them all by tapping on this icon right here. Now, in Android, there are no physical buttons. These buttons on the bottom are actually touch, unlike the physical button on your Apple devices. This may take up some of the screen, but they're easier to use and they give you more options. For example, let's say I'm in Bad Piggies. I want to go home. The middle one takes me to the home screen. Now, if I hold down on the middle one and move my finger up, I have easy access to Google Now, which is essentially the flagship app on your Nexus. The one on the right shows all your open programs and performs a similar function of double tapping on the home button on your Apple devices. As you can see, I have 4 apps open: Gmail, Sonic, Bad Piggies, and the Google Now. So I can easily clear apps by swiping this, or I can hold it down to remove it or get info on it. So this is really useful, and I think it's actually easier to remove apps than it is on iOS. Now the one on the left goes back. So let's say I'm in settings. Let's say I'm going to sound. This will bring me back to where I just was. And if I tap, as you can see, there it goes back, and if I tap again, it'll go back to there. Again, it'll go back to the home screen. So it essentially brings you back a step no matter where you are, and once you get to the home screen, it will stop. Now, like in Android 4.1, it comes with the iconic All Apps button on your home screen. As you can see, it's located right here, and it changed in appearance from 4.1, but it performs the same functions. By tapping on it, I am brought to a page where I can view all of my open apps, that were pre-installed, all of my apps that were pre-installed or newly installed. They're arranged alphabetically, and it works really well for trying to find apps. Now, if I go to the top right corner, right next to apps, there's something called widgets. By tapping on widgets, it brings me to the widget page. Now, widgets are like gadgets on your PC. You can put them on your home screen, and they give you easy access and news, stuff like news, weather, or stocks. I can easily add a widget to my home page, like, let's say I want to add the Maps widget. By holding down on the widget, I can drag it wherever I want, like right here, and now it becomes part of my home page. Now, as you can see, I have several widgets already on this home page, which are really easy to use, like this one, for example. This is a recorder app, and you can put it anywhere on the entire screen. Another cool feature is you're able to change its size. These things, I can make it really long if I want, or I can make it really short. To get rid of widgets, I simply hold down on it. I simply hold down on the widget and drag it to the X in the corner and release, and the widget is gone from my home page, and I can rearrange to make up for that loss. Now in Android 4.2, the home page is really nice and easy to use. As you can see, as soon as you unlock your tablet, you get this clear and uncluttered home screen. You obviously have your shelf on the bottom, your selected apps here, and you can put a widget. The default widget is the time, which looks really good. Now, on the top, you obviously have your notification bar that gives you the time, the battery, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth information. And here, you have easy access to search Google search engine, or you can search Google by simply saying Google. it'll bring you to Google Now, where you can easily search and get the up-to-date information on Google's most advanced voice technology app. Now, and as you scroll on, you can update pages, put apps, widgets, whatever you want. On this page, I have 3 widgets, and on the other page, I have apps grouped in display. As you can see, I have a whole line of Google apps, which include the Google Wallet, Google Maps, Google Gmail, Google Plus, Google Now, and Google Drive. And the Google search bar on the top and the shelf, not to mention the navigation buttons on the bottom, will remain visible no matter what page you're on. Now, on Android 4.2, settings is really nice as well. I'm just going to unlock the Nexus 7, and then I'm going to go to settings using this. It has a ton of features. It's pretty easy to navigate, and also there's quite a few security options. If you go to security, you can select which type of option you'd like. There's the obvious slide, which you've been seeing, which just simply requires you to slide it. There's not really any security involved. There's face unlock, there's the obvious PIN and password, and there's pattern, which is really popular among Android users. Another really neat one, and may be considered the most welcome improvement to Android 4.2, is the ability to have multiple users. Under the device section of your settings, there's an option called Users. You'll want to tap on Users, and you can view the 2 users are on this. I have my user right here, and then I have a guest user. By tapping Add User in the corner, I can easily add user, delete users, and the original owner of this is obviously the owner user. Users are really nice. You can have several people who have users, and they have their own apps on their account, and you have your apps on your user account. And when you get a new account, it's essentially like setting up a new device, since it'll go through everything you did when you first got it. Another really nice thing in settings is all of its pictures and backgrounds. If you go to Device, Display, then you can tap on Wallpapers. Now, this is really nice wallpapers. It's wallpaper gallery. As you can see, is really sort of exotic. I'm sure you've already seen these in all the commercials and stuff, but they're really sort of interesting and more of a sort of a strange pattern, but they look good. There's not too many, and you can obviously use pictures in your gallery if you want to as well. And it has something new called Live Wallpapers, which I actually sort of enjoy. There's Bubbles and Holo Spiral and Phase Beam. Now, sometimes when you install new apps, they automatically come with new backgrounds. Like I installed a Sudoku app, and that actually automatically put a live Sudoku background in the settings. So I'll just show you Bubbles, for example. You can see what it looks like, and it actually reacts to your touch, which could be sort of distracting, but it's a new experience. Some of them don't react to the touch. They move slightly. It's really hard to tell, but they are moving. And there's Phase Beam, which is definitely unusual. And if you want to see the Sudoku one, which came pre-installed, it's sort of strange, numbers advancing. So the wallpapers is definitely a more welcome feature too. And you can easily change the wallpaper by holding down on the home screen, and it gives you options for changing them. Now, one of the most liked features in Android ever is the gesture or swipe typing. I'll show it to you using Evernote. As you can see, I've created an example note so I can show you how it works. Now, if I was to edit it, I could easily type with its keyboard here. So I can do it either in portrait mode or in landscape mode. And as landscape mode is probably easier to see, so I'll show you using that. Now, it works really well for small words like hi or hello. As you can see, it got those 2 words right. And it also works for sentences like hello, the sky is cloudy today. It's really accurate, and it works well and improves your typing. And depending how much you've used it, you can type really fast, or even if you're a beginner using gesture typing, you can still type faster than you would normally. It also works well for long words like luminescent, for example. Luminescent, or something like accountant. So I got both of those right, and you'll notice that it comes with suggestions to the right and left of the word you're typing that are similar to the gesture typing that you just indicated. Another interesting typing feature, although it's not quite as accurate, is dictation. Now this isn't nearly as good as Siri, but it does work for simple sentences like, "Hi, the sky is cloudy today." I'll try that again. "Hello, the sky is cloudy today." So as you can see, I don't know if you're able to see on the camera, but it did get it right, and it's typing as I speak right now. So I'll just, actually I got that right as well. I'll delete that. But for longer sentences, such as, yeah, I'll just quickly go down the line. "The scientist poured his chemicals into the test tube." Okay, it didn't get it right at all. So for more difficult sentences, the dictation doesn't work. And for good measure, I'll just do one more, like, dictation, Android writes what you speak. Okay, so let's pause. Dictation on Android writes what you speak. So it didn't get that exactly right, but it got it pretty close. Now the next thing I'll show you is the Google Play Store. The Google Play Store is certainly a legit store for your tablet, and it has great extension of apps, about 500,000, and is the most avid competitor to iTunes. So I'll just quickly open the store. Here it is. It's called the Google Play Store, and it contains pretty much anything you could want. As you can see, it has apps. I'm not sure if you can read it, but apps, music, books, magazines, movies, and TV. It works well in portrait or in landscape mode, and it's really quick. Now, as you can see, if I open the app section right here, I get access to the most recent featured Editor's Choice Games apps, and I can scroll to the right and view the top page, the top free, and top new page, top new free. Now if I go all the way to the left, I have categories like games, books and reference, business, or comics, etc. If I tap on one section, it will bring me up a ton of options that fall under that, and more subcategories such as top free comics, like top new free comics, top new paid comics, and it works really well and is certainly easy to navigate. Lastly, I'm just going to quickly show you Google Now, which is essentially the flagship app that comes pre-installed on your Nexus. It's easy to access from the G here, the home button here, or the icon on your screen. Now depending on what time of day it is, nighttime you'll get this logo with night, in the day you'll get a daytime logo, and in the morning you'll get a morning logo. If I flip it like this, it works well, as you can see, in either mode. It provides you with quick access to stuff like weather, restaurants, maps, and suggestions. The accurate results. I'll just give you a few examples. You might have heard these already on the commercials, like Google, how far is the Earth from the moon? So it gives you like this, and if you want, you can actually have it speak answers like, how tall is the Empire State Building? Really fast. So it goes like that, and you can see it started talking actually. And for more obscure options, like for example, if I was to search for like, what word rhymes with orange, it would just search for it on Google if it doesn't know the answer. And this works too. It's not quite as interactive with you as some voice recognition systems like S-Voice or Siri, but it gives you the fastest and most accurate results. So thanks for watching CTN videos. This was a review of Android 4.2, and this was a production of CTN videos. Thanks for watching, and be sure to visit us next time for more videos brought to you by CTN.